Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is JLeesCorner, and this is another review. Okay, another review tonight. If you have not done so already, please come over to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird. Girl, it's 1:30 in the morning. Y'all know JayBird, dun 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 dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Do not forget to like, comment, and share this video to watch other videos. Yes, there are other videos besides this one, so make sure to go watch it and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Watch around, spread yourself around my channel, okay? You can follow me on IG and on Twitter at J_Lees_Corner and all the goodness. Let's get into the foolishness of it all. So we see Eva is still searching for a house, okay? Her husband, her kids is homeless. Not homeless, okay, but they need a forever home, or at least a not, we're gonna keep moving home. So she been looking for a house forever, okay, forever, ever, and ever. I mean, before the wedding, after the wedding, and now throughout the baby. I'm just confused as to what the heck is going on. So she brings up how they're living in a 2-bedroom condo right now. They got 2 kids, so that means somebody's sharing a room. And I just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? She brings up how they moved from the last place since her baby daddy, Marley's birth father, found out where she lived. You know what I'm saying? And they had to move real quick or whatever. But she said she still had PTSD from him. Look, I'm not negating the fact that Kevin McCall, was it Kevin McCall? I think Kevin McCall is batshit crazy. I do think he has plenty of issues that he needs to deal with. However, I wonder within myself, you have moved on, got married, had more children. I don't understand why you still don't feel safe. I don't understand why last season and also this season you keep saying how you want to live somewhere that's safe. You want to be somewhere secure. Stop quickly moving and find somewhere secure and get stable. I mean, your dog, I'm just saying. Just saying. And I feel like your husband don't make you feel safe. Your husband has not found y'all a secure place to live. I would not marry somebody who can't help me feel secure. If every time my ex get my address, I have to move, my husband ain't doing something right. Okay, and I feel like there are plenty of gated communities. There are plenty of safe places she can move to if she could afford it. Okay, so I feel like there's a bit of truth to Eva may not be as financially rich as some may think she may be, because as many times as you've moved and spent money on movers and spent money on security deposits and all that stuff, you could have been in a place that was just secure. If he has found your address, okay, cool. I mean, I think if he ain't there, but if you had time enough to get out one lease to get into a new place, you had time to find somewhere safe to be and not just a quick old hideaway, getaway, you know what I'm saying, 2-bedroom condo. That's what I think. I'm just saying or whatever. And again, we know Kevin crazy. We know, but it's he I need to keep moving crazy. I don't know. I don't. I feel like move somewhere safe, Eva, and with a gate, with a whole security person at the gate and all the things or whatever. Do that, because my thing is, you consistently moving will just mean that Marley and the other kids don't have no stable home because they're always moving. I'm just saying, because you're a squatter. Let me stop. Anyway, so she goes to look at the houses. Her and Cynthia look in the house or whatever because they are such good friends this season. And she looks at a 5-bedroom, 6-bathroom home that's about 3,700 square feet. It costs $775,000. And Cynthia said, "Girl, can you afford this?" Well, because I'm in financial ruin, I don't know. But my pre-qualification of a loan, says I can. But she brings up how she don't know if she wants to pick this house because she does not know if she will outgrow it. And I say, outgrow it? Okay. 5-bedroom, 6-bathroom, you're gonna outgrow that? I mean, if you keep but pumping out babies, I guess so. I guess. Because you got 3 kids now. So that's at least 3-kid bedroom, you know what I'm saying? Plus y'all, I don't know. But I feel like if you just stop having kids until you get settled, okay? Get settled, get somewhere to live. Cause I feel like are y'all buying a house or y'all at least I don't know. Even her house, that better not be her storyline. I want to buy a house. I'm just tired of it anyway. So she's gonna keep looking. She's not gonna pick the house just yet. I've looked at 15 houses. I can look at 15 more. Buying a house is very, very tedious. I will say that. So, now that her and Cynthia are good friends now, whatever, Cynthia brings up how, no, Eva brings up how I wish me and her could have, bonded quicker. Well, if you wasn't so shady, y'all could have. You know what I'm saying? Cynthia brings up, we know it's fine because you owned things. You said like you were accountable for things from before, whatever. So it's easy for, for us to move forward. Unlike Nene, who never holds herself accountable for anything. Not even her wigs, not her lashes, not her nose, not her caftans, not her white tees, nothing, okay? Nene does not help the accountability for anything in life. Nothing. Not the new face, not the old face, not the new teeth, not the old teeth. Nothing. I'm just saying. So she brings up how, they're all going to be at Pride on that float together. And she's okay with that because, I can coexist with her. It's fine. However, what I'm not going to do is let this one situation, kind of discredit all the years of us being friends and how great of a friend I was. You can't make it seem as if I'm a horrible person because of one situation. And I feel like Nene would forever be a person who likes to point a finger. And once she's pointed a finger, she would never stop doing this and start doing this. So Cynthia nothing will stop Nene from blaming Cynthia or anybody else for her falling out with anybody. At this point blank, period. We then see Porsha. Porsha and Tanya gonna hang out. I love Tanya, you know what I'm saying? I do. I think she's gorgeous. I think she's funny. I think she's great for the show. And I know she doesn't have a peach yet, but she said that she does not want a peach because when you have a peach, you have to shoot for so many hours. Like you have to be, you know what I'm saying, on their schedule. And she be doing other things in life. And she do. Like I follow her on IG. She's a very busy one with all kind of things. And she's like, I can't be as busy as I am if I'm a housewife because, you have to shoot soap like half a year or whatever. Anyway, so Porsha, of course, goes see Tanya, whatever. And Porsha's like, I love how Tanya started off being Nene's friend, and then she was Eva's good friend, and now she's my friend. Meaning, Nene brought her on, and because she did not kiss Nene's ass, Nene kind of just like, oh, she ain't my friend no more. But again, she is friends with all the other women. And then their mates, Dennis and I think Paul is his name, is Tanya's fiance's name, are close friends, whatever. So they're hanging out or whatever. So Porsche, how you doing? How you doing? So Porsche, like I'm not doing too good, or whatever, but I'm getting better. Okay, I was depressed and sad, was not maybe not want to go to work or whatever. But I put some makeup on, I combed my hair, I put some wig on, put a wig on, put some makeup on, whatever, and I feel a bit better. Okay, a bit better. But I have good days and bad days. She brings up how first her and Dennis, how, when she asked him, like, why did you cheat? Like, what made you cheat on me? And he told her, it's because you were not emotionally there for me. It was pissed Porsha off. Okay, she brought up how, she said, so she asked around the time that it happened, she, like, remembered back to that time. She, like, looked at the old photos and videos, whatever. At that time, he got me the dog. We was so happy. At that time, we was doing this and doing that or whatever. So she just recalled what was going on at that time. She's like, I was completely there for you. Like, what was I at? I was there. We was having a baby. Like, what are you talking about? So her thinking, like, I just think it was some bullshit to him say that or whatever. Like, he's a whole ass liar. Okay, liar is what he was. I'm saying, so she's just pissed. And she's like, I just don't understand how he was able to share his body with someone else because men are dogs. Is that simple? Men are dogs. And if you try to understand why someone does something for no reason, you would end up driving yourself crazy. Okay? Sometimes you have to say, you know what, they did it for you because he's stupid. Because he's dumb. And not only that, because y'all were a brand new couple. Even when Porsha was 6 months pregnant, she only known that man for 8 months? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, not to excuse what he did, but I also feel like you can't be surprised when someone you barely know does something you don't expect because you don't know them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know him well enough to be like, oh, That's this pattern. You know what I'm saying? Usually, if you know someone for longer, you can feel when something's different. You know, I can't believe he would do that. I know him. I've known him for 20 years. I think that's what I think of. You shouldn't be surprised when someone you just met does something that you just didn't know they would do because you don't know them that well yet. So I'm just saying. Again, they got together really, really quick. But I digress. So Tanya asked, well, what can it be fixed? You know what I'm saying? Can you fix it? And she's like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time I'm going through this or whatever. But I do know I'm going to go back and see Dr. Sherry to see if she can help me, figure it all out. Because again, this is all new to me. And I like what Tanya said, how, you know what I'm saying, the good thing is that, she said that's a good thing to want to go and try to fix it, whatever. She said, but it has to come from him. You know what I'm saying? He has to do the work to gain back your trust. And of course, like, I have to be ready to accept it. Because even if he wants to do that, if I'm not ready to accept it, it ain't going to matter. I think that is very, very true. And she also brought up how she wants her heart to heal in general, not necessarily her heart to heal for Dennis. So I said, well, that's a good thing too, Porsha. Porsha, she's learning. And I think the same way I said her last episode, she was, I'm so done with him. I'm so upset. She ain't mean it. Because, again, they're back together now, but they worked through things. But again, you do not be surprised when someone you just met does something shocking. You don't know them. So I'm not surprised you did it. I think it's fucked up that you did it. But how can I be shocked? I don't know you that well. Just saying. Anyway, so we then see Kenya. Kenya at home with baby Brooklyn or whatever. Her cousin comes by to chit chat a little bit. For the main part, Kenya is talking to her cousin who tries to take baby Brooklyn out the high chair, which makes Kenya panic. Don't take her out like that. And all she went to do was grab her by her arms and slide her out the high chair, which some people do. Kenya says she's a helicopter mom. She's my only child, my first baby. So you know how first moms are. It is what it is, whatever. But dang, okay, Kenya, whatever. So Kenya's the kind of person she's like, she probably don't want people watching her kid, and she's a helicopter mom. But it is what it is. So she brings up how Mark is coming to visit this weekend. She said usually Mark is in Atlanta like every 7 days or whatever. Well, 7 to 10 days, like she said. He's there like every 7 to 10 days, because he has his stuff in New York. He comes here to see us. I said, if you say so, Kenya, we're going to believe you. So she brings up how, we just have not had much alone time. We don't have date nights anymore. And he just more focuses on the baby and not me and him. She's like, he don't even like it when baby Brooklyn isn't in the bed with them. I say, okay. Now, see, this is the thing. Mark is a complete asshole. We're gonna establish that in a minute. He's a complete jerk or whatever. However, you do have some parents with new babies who are the same way that Kenya is a helicopter mom and she doesn't want anybody else watching the baby, picking the baby up. He could be the same way, as in he's just obsessed with his daughter. Just saying. Not giving him any reasons. He's still an asshole. But I can't say that couples who have kids, usually it's the husband who says the mom is so focused on the baby that they don't get attention. And now the thing is reversed, where Kenya's saying he's showing the baby so much attention, I don't get any attention. So, all jokes aside, this has been a real thing that people have talked about after having children. So, she brings up how, I'm 47 years old or whatever, and I don't know how to make my household work, like something has to change because I just feel neglected. She brings up how before he was so romantic, he would do this and that, flowers here, love those, whatever. He was so romantic, but then once the baby came, it's like it seems as if we're just growing apart. She's like, I just want, love from my husband. I feel like, again, you married somebody you didn't really know. And now you're surprised that things aren't, this amazing connection that you thought it would be once the baby was born. And Mark is also an asshole. So that is what it is. And then here comes Nene. First of all, I'm like, that's a lot of makeup. Okay? And that glue on her skin. I just, I think because I don't wear makeup, it always just surprises me when I see how much makeup another person has on their face. And to me, it's like, oh, that could be a clay mask. You know what I'm saying? Like when you do movies, people have it's like a plastic part on her face, and I don't get it. Now her lace fronts are better. We can still tell it's a lace front. It looks like it's glue. It don't look natural. but it looks nice. I can say that. So yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, she's back on the show, and they were saying how she was saying on social media how, oh, this is the real premiere of Housewives, and then somebody else put like, well, no, the premiere was, episode 1, the more the merrier, about Kenya. That was the season premiere, and it was. I don't feel like Nene gave us any extra oomph for her being back. This is an ensemble cast, and with or without Nene, I will watch the show. It is what it is. So we see both Nene and Greg both up there getting their makeup done because Nene said she is an ambassador for the Cancer Society. And I said, really? What do you have to do to be an ambassador for the Cancer Association? Do you have to have cancer? Or you have to just be related to somebody who has cancer? And what's the criteria? What is it? A job? Is it an honor? I'm just, I don't know. I feel like did they do that just to? I don't know. And I don't want to be offensive to the Society of Cancer or whatever, but I feel like why is Nene the ambassador for the Cancer Society, considering how horrible she acted last year about her husband who had cancer. Okay, as much as she made the whole situation about her and how hard it was for her, how was she the ambassador? I don't get it. If someone could explain to me how this honor was bestowed upon Lenithia, I would appreciate it. Anyway, she brings up how they're doing like a little promo interview thing for it or whatever, and I'm saying how Greg would speak from a survivor's perspective, and she would speak from a caregiver's perspective. I said, child, of all the caregivers in all of the lands and all of the worlds, who would want to hear from Nene? And I feel like because she just was not a good representation of a person who you would want as your caregiver. Like, she was horrible. Horrible. Girl, she brings up how before Greg was diagnosed with cancer, how they were already on a rocky road, they were already having issues or whatever. So once he was diagnosed, and they had to go through that, things got worse. You know what I'm saying? Greg, she gets like a little misty out of it. I don't want to cry because then they'll sound making it about me. He said, but it is about you. Greg is loyal to Nene to a fault. Okay, it is what it is or whatever. So he said, but it's okay because you did the best you can do, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? You did what you can do, what you did it. And I said, you say so. So I'm not the same person I was last year. Are you sure? Are you sure? I think you are. Better makeup, better wig, because this is a great look. This, to me, is the best Nene has ever looked in a confessional. Ever. It looks like whatever surgery or fillers or whatever she had done to her face worked. And she looks amazing. I'm not going to be shady and get a picture of her when she was before. All this stuff. I'm not going to do that. I'm not. But she looks amazing right here. This is the perfect makeup, the perfect hair. She looks great. Okay, no one can say in this right here that she don't look amazing. Okay, my thing is, I don't think you changed at all. I don't. I think you haven't been around anyone yet to show your fangs. But I digress. Anyway, she brings about she's been working with a spiritual advisor to help her, navigate her feelings or whatever, and for her to be better. And girl, she said God has been working on her. Look, I don't like when people say God been working on me and they not being honest. My thing is, you can ask God to work on you, but if you're not there yet, don't make it seem as if he's done his due diligence and you ain't done yours yet. Okay, you have not changed, and I just don't like it. Anyway, she brings up, I was not the perfect caregiver. I was not, I know I was not the perfect caregiver, whatever. But I felt I was judged a lot. Yes, you were. You wanna know why? Because you complained every step of the way. You made it seem as if no one gave any flying fucks about you while your husband battled cancer. That's why you were judged, because you had a horrible attitude, bedside manner, moods, everything about it was horrible. So yes, they judged you. You wanna know why? Because you put it on television. Okay? You made your husband's cancer diagnosis and treatment about you. You did that. And yes, everyone judged you. You wanna know why? Because that's what we do. The same way you judge folks the way you do. So, girl, it's me with the bullshit of, oh, I felt I was judged too much. You were judged not enough. Anyway, she said she's a little bit worried because she don't see everybody at the Pride event, and she ain't seen anybody since the reunion when she was, acting a whole ass and stuff. But I digress. So she brings up how she did text Cynthia a couple months ago. Okay, so I text Cynthia. It was a couple weeks. I don't know before. She texted Cynthia, but Cynthia did not respond. We then see Cynthia's confession saying we had Nene text me, but it was a mean text, so I didn't respond. Nene said the message said this. Nene read the message. Okay. So again, remember, Nene said I texted Cynthia a couple months ago, and she didn't respond. And Cynthia said she did text, but it was a little mean. The text said, "You are so sad. The things you are saying, you were never a friend. Trying to clear your name. So sad. Hashtag so sad." And Cynthia said that's what she said, and I blocked her. I would have blocked her ass too, Nene. Block, block, bleedy, block, block, delete, 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 delete. Gotta go. My thing is, you can't send someone. She then said, I know I was being petty, girl. Then you can. Greg, all you can do, honey, is, own up to what you've done. That's all you can really do in these situations. And I know, I know our friendship probably won't ever be the same. Nene, no one will ever look at you the same. Nene has her fan base. I get she has a complete fan base who will support her right, wrong, or indifferent. However, Nene is an asshole, and she is yet, in my opinion, to redeem herself from how bad she was last season or whatever. So, when we see a little piece of her and Greg doing the interview, whatever, and she just brings it, they ask her, what was the hardest part, about being a caregiver, whatever, what was the hard part? And she said, the hard part for me was I got to the point where I didn't have a part, look, it got to the parts where I no longer had a husband, okay? I didn't have a partner, we weren't in the same bed together no more, and it just all changed. And that can be horribly hard. But my thing is, when your spouse is sick, they're your spouse even if y'all ain't in the same bedroom. They're sick. And the thing is, Greg, this is the thing. Greg wasn't even sick as long as other people who go through cancer, chemo, radiation do. Greg had cancer for one season of Housewives. And I'm not saying that to insinuate anything and being fake or fugazi. What I'm saying is they caught it early, treated it, and he got better. Okay, it was one season of the show where this transpired. My thing is, you have some people who go through this shit for years. You know what I'm saying? And you couldn't handle one love, girl, bye. And then you go ahead on somewhere. Anyway, because Gary's just sounding stupid. We do see Kandi and Ty have a lunch. Basically, they talk about the little surrogate or whatever. They FaceTime a surrogate who was, at this point in time, she's 19 weeks pregnant. But of course, she lives elsewhere. So, Ken, I don't even know, about posting about, this or whatever. No one knows yet. I haven't told anybody yet. I may just not tell anyone at all and wait until the baby's born, how Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade did, and said, ta-da, baby! And no one kind of found out about it until around the baby shower. So, she kept it quiet a pretty long time or whatever, honestly. But she brings up how, it's just weird expecting another child or whatever, because she's not the one, carrying the baby. And they bring about the baby shower, would they invite the surrogate to the baby shower? And she's like, I don't know. Again, they're both new to surrogacy and the rules and, what you can and can't do, whatever. Whereas Todd feels like, well, you the mama. You should know, what to do and what not to do. Because, if she comes to the shower, do we let people rub her belly because it's the baby? And she's like, we're going to not have people rubbing her belly. No. And again, Todd thinks that Kandi's supposed to be, I guess, the Wizard of Oz of circus. She's like, no, I'm learning just like you. So, what are you going to do, father? You know what I'm saying? So, they bring up how, they kind of bump heads about kids, whatever. Kayla, who was Ty's oldest daughter, he took her to the strip club for her 23rd birthday, whatever. His thing is she's an adult, like she drink whatever, and like yes, we went. It wasn't any big deal to me. Whereas Ken's like that wasn't my idea. Like I was gonna give her some money. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So they bring up in how they have to get a nursery together for the new baby, and then I don't know how many rooms they have in the house. Um, but she's like, I was thinking like, not to kick Kayla out or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? She's an adult. And I think Kayla don't live, like, I don't think she lives there. She has a room there, because she's in there as often. So her thing was maybe we'll get a baby Kayla's room because again, Kayla isn't here that often. Um, and then Ty said, well, yeah, she was telling me how she wants to move to New York anyway and like follow her dreams, so she kind of won't even be here anymore. So I said, that's not a bad idea, whatever. Excuse me, was that it? Yeah, that was really it. I like how Kandi brought up how well, I keep burping. I saw this damn water. But Kandi brought up how, Todd, because Todd said, like, as far as Kayla, that's my daughter. It's fine what I do, whatever. But she said, like, with our daughter, you know what I'm saying, with the new baby, like, he can't just do whatever. I don't think Kandi gonna let him, like, no, you can't take our kid to strip club. No. No, thank you, sir. No, thank you. And she's like, I'm not gonna be the kind of woman who just lets the man do whatever. And I say, girl, go ahead on with your bad self. Or whatever. We then see back at Kenya's house. Okay, can we see back at Kenya's house? We finally see her husband. Okay, Mark is finally in the building, and I will say that Baby Brooklyn is a perfect mix of him and Kenya. Like she's an adorable little girl, but I feel like she favors them both. She's a whole mixture, or whatever. Now the funny part was Kenya was trying to cook breakfast, but she didn't have much food. Okay, she brings about she did not have time to go grocery shopping because she's busy raising the baby and running somebody else's $1 million company. I don't know what company. Well, her hair care products. That's probably what she meant because she do have her own hair care products. So she had to figure out what to make for breakfast. So she found some pancakes and some bacon and some milk. And that was about it. And I said, okay. But I feel like if you know your husband coming home, like just order a little quick Postmates, you know what I'm saying? Or a quick little Meyer shift. We have delivery people here that can deliver your groceries. I mean, just get somebody to get you some food. At least get some bacon and eggs. At least have some good bacon and eggs or whatever. But anyway, Mark, that's how Kenya's refrigerator looks like a college dorm. Mark is an asshole. Mark, at every turn and every comment that he had about Kenya, the cooking, whatever, was some kind of assholey type joke. And I mean this in saying, I'm an asshole, okay? I'm wholeheartedly an asshole. I know that guys I date are usually jokingly assholes too. The difference is it's not a consistent thing and it's not something that they would do when they're first meeting someone or first been introduced to somebody. I feel like Mark is aware this is the first time he's been introduced to the world as Kenya's husband, and I just feel like he kind of made it worse as far as other jokes they already had about their marriage. He didn't help it at all, in my opinion. So it just, just consistently just not nice things. She brought up how, would you think about having a restaurant here in Atlanta? Because people keep asking about having your restaurant here in Atlanta. And then he said, well, yeah, I gotta think about it or whatever. But when she was talking about it, he was like ignoring her. Like he just kept talking to the baby. So, she brings up how, your birthday's coming up. And, you know what I'm saying? So I think we can maybe take a trip. Just me and you, just like a little couple trip or whatever. And he's like, well, no, what about Brooklyn? And she said, oh, so you want to bring the baby for your birthday? He said, yes, it'll be my first birthday with the baby. And I feel like it just seems like he does not want to spend a long time with Kenya. So again, I'm not saying he don't. What I'm saying is he is not helping anybody else think anything different. He's not helping anybody else feel like, what I'm saying, him and Kenya it has a real marriage. He isn't helping anyone believe, what I'm saying, he's in love with her. He's not helping at all. But I get how people can be assholes, and sometimes that works. Sometimes dry ass humor is what people do. And so some things that me and my friend laugh at, others won't. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't get our relation. They don't get us. But it's just you never know. But again, He ain't helped nothing. He ain't helped no blog support their marriage. He didn't help anything. What he helped do was support the theory of he is a horrible husband, and how when Kenya later on say he was mean to me, we have proof A, proof B, and proof C from this little one little sit down right here, okay? And so Kenya then gets into, well, we need our alone time. And Mark says how Brooklyn is number one, so he's saying alone time comes after Brooklyn. And they said, well, who's more important? You know, who would number one, like me or Brooklyn? He like, oh, you mean like the country Kenya or the borough? I'm like, why? He's an asshole. He's an asshole. Period. You know what I'm saying? His thing was, you know what I'm saying, he kind of never said Kenya. I feel like he likes aggravating Kenya. I'll leave it there. So lastly, what we see, basically, Nene is they all getting ready for Pride in New York. So you know, both other Nene, Marlo, Eva, Cynthia, I think is who we saw, who was in New York for Pride because Bravo had their own float. So a lot of the Bravo celebrities will be on the float, including Nene, Cynthia, Marlo, and Nene, Marlo, and Eva. Or whatever. So Marlo come in talking to you like, you know, just be nice, be calm, saying forgive and forget or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just relax, relate, release and all. Just saying, you know, don't y'all can act no damn fool because again, you haven't seen ladies in a minute or whatever. Nene, I'm calm. My spiritual advisor told me to be calm, whatever you know what I'm saying. I don't have issues with anybody. You know what I'm saying? God has told me this or that or whatever. I'm good. She's on the whole holier than thou. I'm changed. I'm different. I don't have no beef. Blah, blah, blah. Okay? And I'm like, okay, if you say so. We then see Cynthia text Eva a link to her interview. Okay? It says, girl, look at this. And it's Nene in an interview dogging Cynthia. She brings up how Cynthia is, you know, they were friends, but Cynthia's weak. She looks desperate and she's sad. Okay? She's a follower. She's dogging Cynthia, even though she's saying how she's a changed person and she has no issues with anybody, she's talking about Cynthia. Okay, so we then see Nene bring up how Cynthia has done several interviews speaking about me and not being nice, and I'm like, but you weren't a nice person at that time. You weren't a nice person or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She brings out Cynthia tries to play an angel, but when she be out here taking shots at people's backs. I say, girl, like you. But I digress. We see Cynthia and Eva talk about the video. Girl, I can't even believe Cynthia's the only thing desperate in these wigs. Girl, that wig inside do be desperate. The one she got on now is nice, okay? Anyway, she's like, I just can't believe she called me weak and sad and desperate or whatever. And I'm not desperate. And then Eve said, well, I don't even trust any. I don't trust any first. I can throw her and I can throw her too far. And I'm like, okay. So again, they're like, it'll be fine when we see her. But you know what I'm saying? And they're seeing this interview right before going out on the float. Okay. So we then see out at the float. It's multiple Bravo celebrities. It was different Housewives, people from that Shot of the Sunset show, people from Below Deck. So it was all kind of people, you know what I'm saying, on the float. And was on the float as well. We then see Cynthia and Eva was on one end. Whatever. We see Nene coming up, and she was on the other end. But you can see they were separate. Okay, and I think the float would have been big enough where if Nene would have been where she was at, it could have been fine. But Nene said, "Oh, there goes Cynthia and Eva. I'm gonna go over there. Okay, I'm gonna go over there." And then she goes over, but it goes off right as Nene walks up to where Cynthia is. So I'm looking like, girl, we shall see what happens next week. And that was the whole episode. Yep, that was it. Anyway, gotta go. Peace.